Hello, Dr. Suzanne Bechtel. I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to provide a fairly brief lecture on legal marketing, and this is in relation to a law office management course that I teach. If you're in one of my law office management courses, the book presently used would be in chapter 8. The reference is at the end of the presentation, of course. So what is legal marketing? It's that process of educating. It really is an education experience where consumers are educated on the legal and business activities of a firm. Historically, legal marketing was prohibited until the landmark 1977 United States Supreme Court case of Bates versus State Bar of Arizona made legal lawyer advertising. And this is based on the First Amendment. And since then, the ethical rules and state-specific regulations have shaped how attorneys promote their services. And it's law practices have no choice but to promote themselves with the increased competitiveness in the legal field. And they don't only compete against other legal firms or law firms, but they're also in competition with other industries like accounting industry, real estate companies. Other types of organizations also fit into the industries. Their services get more and more diverse in law firms. The more that happens, the more of this kind of conflict between other industries is going to develop. And why is it important to paralegals? Why is the marketing of a law firm important to the paralegal working there? Well, everyone who works in a private law office they need the business in order for the firm to function, and everyone who works there will be happy to see and have clients to serve. It means a paycheck. Making sure that people know the name of your organization and who you work for. It allows for networking opportunities with other professionals, and you're prepared to talk to others about what your firm does. And by marketing the firm, you'll establish that you have an interest in and loyalty to the firm, and the firm appreciates that. And it indirectly affects your building of your job security. Of course, paralegals are going to market in an ethical way. They can talk about a firm, they can talk about their expertise, they can talk about their credentials, what kinds of service they give, but of course they don't want to be reeling in clients on a solicitation type of basis. So just keep that in mind when you're talking about your firm that you work for. Be proud, but have your boundaries. The goals of marketing are education. As I pointed out in the very beginning of this, it's highly education motivated, educating clients and potential clients, educating clients on changes in the law. You want to educate on the services they're rendering and the expertise of the firm. Marketing is also to create goodwill and interest and a positive name recognition for the firm. And the idea is to create an image of honest, ethical, and sincere interest in the client. It will improve, properly done, it can improve the competitive position in the marketplace and manage to present more referrals, like from attorneys and clients, more repeat business from clients that are existing already. Marketing will also be a communication effort with existing clients and clients that haven't been in for a while. And it's an opportunity to increase their loyalty, retain them at the firm, and it also has an effect on staff morale. If you'll remember the previous slide where, people working in there, they can be proud and loyal, and that is a morale enhancer. it's also going to be something that helps to publicize the firm's accomplishments in the profession and in the community. And importantly, there are some restrictions on law office marketing, but the most fundamental restriction is that it must not be false or misleading. A legal marketing plan is an essential tool used in reaching a target audience. And the goals of the program need to be set out and what audience they're going to appeal to in their marketing. These are detailed strategy plans, how we're going to achieve goals. Even small offices will hire marketing personnel or outsource for consulting the advertising and other marketing efforts. But it has to be effective because there's money involved, and we don't want to waste money on efforts that are ineffective for the firm. And a key component, though, in developing a marketing plan is going to be conducting research. And those areas of research for future marketing efforts would be understanding your client demographics and needs, a competitor analysis for market positioning. Where does this firm sit in relation to other firms in the same discipline area, the same subject matter, same area, same location? What are the market trends and demands in the area and for the subject matter that the firm is specializing in? Auditing and digital presence is another. What is the digital presence out there? Looking at that information to formulate a plan, evaluating client feedback and reputation, and then assessing marketing channel effectiveness. Now, something keeps coming up, and that's, client feedback. And this, again, comes up in this slide. I've seen that probably twice already, so this would be the third time, where it really is important for the office staff and leaders to track what's working and what's not working and report it. Some checklists and that sort of thing, a dashboard of some kind, client intake questionnaires with information. How did you hear about us? In the interview with the client, always making note of that so you're getting it into a record as opposed to your memory, so that can be reflected on in future marketing efforts. Because there are so many varied types of marketing strategies and options. And with all of those in mind, the money can be saved if we're looking to the right direction each time we launch a campaign. Some typical marketing options that haven't been discussed so far. Firms will have a brochure or a resume. They can use a website, firm newsletter and email newsletter. Some public relations activities can go on. You see this like holidays. The law firms will have a turkey drive. Come get a turkey, a free turkey Thanksgiving meal or something. Firm open house. Open houses are really effective. I've seen them work in a number of different areas of industry. Business cards, letterhead, announcement cards, all that stuff is important, but keeping the announcements and information out there in the public. Firms will have seminars, maybe attend a breakfast sponsored by ABC Bank. Attorneys will be there to shake hands, give a presentation in their discipline. Then there are also direct mail. It does have effect. I'm still getting direct mail all the time. Being involved in legal associations locally and nationally are important because you begin to get your name out there. So the reputation of the people that the people perceive of you in these opportunities are very useful for marketing. When you send information to clients, this can be in a number of ways. It can be blogs, or it can be personalized to only a client because maybe they're working something specific about that client's situation. Public advertising, obviously, is more, this is meaning larger, stepping into the broad scope public advertising would be newspaper, social media, television, radio, etc. Billboards, you name it. Reputation is key to a law firm's success. Other attorneys and judges and paralegals in the community, they are ideally those that also need to you need to model yourself and your firm's reputation all the time. Reputation in the community matters. What kind of public service is this law firm or the players in it? How are they participating in the community? It takes time and hard work to build a good reputation. You can just be anybody, and you'll probably make it. You can make it as a lawyer. But if you do a bad job as a lawyer, that will be the bad reputation will be established very, very quickly. Part of the marketing is what we have in law firms called the rainmaker. This is in other industries too, so it's not exclusive. But the rainmaker is a person with the ability to bring in new clients to a firm. And law offices will actually bring in a rainmaker for the sole purpose of making rain and getting the firm's business more wide open, a broader look at who is working there, who's contributing to the practice. Rainmakers will use their influence and their skills. They bring in new clients to the firm. And so these are not even large firm things, but small firm things as well. One thing you might see is, in small firms, I see this more often, like the co-counsel. The co-counsel, they stay on the fringes of the firm. They're part of the firm, but they're co-counsel. They're on the fringes of the firm. Sometimes this is a lawyer that's retiring or has retired from the firm, and they want to keep that community perspective open and the clients understanding that these people are still available to us and doing work that is valuable to their case. So the rainmaker's important part of law office marketing. How do you get your existing clients? Well, cross-selling, additional services to existing clients. Simple example, to keep it short, you're a dissolution of marriage, or you do family law work, and you might also do wills, trusts, and estates. And you can serve both groups sometimes, and as long as there's not a conflict of interest, you can do that. So your dissolution client might say, you're finished, would you like to update your estate plan now? So it's cross-selling. Client questionnaires are where you get information about where they're finding you. So it's like the checklist, how did you find us? Keeping the firm's name out in front of the client, some of the ideas expressed in the marketing section. We've already covered a little bit of this, the blogs and newsletters, even in the broad scope of public advertising. Developing client relationships is everybody's job at the firm. And it is a form of marketing. That's why it's everybody's job from the top to the bottom. And being thankful and grateful to clients if they refer you to others, or just maybe they've given you a Christmas box of candy for Christmas, a nice handwritten thank you note is a form of marketing. It's an important one too. Law firm websites and then marketing sites are two, the website versus the marketing site. Here's a list of marketing websites like Justia, Clio Blog, Savo Group, or Savo Group. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But their focus, the SEO, PPC, website design, lawyer, depends on which one you go to, but they have different strengths and opportunities for marketing. On a website, there are certain things to do and things not to do. Things to do are keep it professional, be it clean design, clear navigation, credible content, client-focused. How does your firm help clients? Don't just focus on the firm's achievements, on the personal achievements of the cast of characters, the lawyers, that is. Optimize it for SEO, and those keywords, meta tags, informative content will attract search traffic. And we have mobile responsiveness. It is amazing how great a website can display on a phone or a tablet. Be sure what you're using does permit you to evaluate that. Using clear language without legalese is so important. Make it accessible to non-lawyers and update it regularly. And your blogs and your Facebook, social media stuff has to be updated regularly. A metaphor would be, someone told me about marketing actually, was in Facebook. It was really an expert in marketing. Said you don't want a person to go to your Facebook page and feel like they're going into a hotel that hasn't been dusted. So just to keep clearing the dust, keep it updated. That's what I think he was referring to. Don't have automatic video or audio that just comes on right away. It's obnoxious. It's unprofessional. It's annoying. Overloading it with clutter, too much text, a lot of images, navigation's too complex. Don't frustrate the user. Make them understand that you've got a clean operation on your website. You're going to have a clean operation perceptively in your firm. Slow loading graphics, avoid those. Flash, don't make it all about you. It's not about the attorneys exactly, and that's of course in the background, but the client has needs first. And test everything. Use the usability checks or A/B testing to ensure that all these issues get resolved and not unnoticed. Don't ignore ethical rules, obviously. Avoid misleading claims. Some important ethical perspectives and rules: false or misleading statements, already mentioned. Florida Bar Rule 7.1 would cover that. Generally, you can look to Florida Bar Rule 7.2 about advertising and what types of advertising can be done. Rule 7.3 will point to not being able to directly solicit or, as they say, ambulance chasing. So direct solicitations need to be avoided. The client needs to come to you. Advertising, another one, Rule 7.4, being careful about the word specialist. I think I used it earlier in this lecture. I'm like, oops. That word is just be careful. You want to say that the attorney you work for, or if you are an attorney, that you're certified, that you have 20 whatever years of experience in a specific field. All that helps, and it's ideal to disclose it. However, being careful not to use that word expert or specialist. You can find the rules from the Florida Bar at this website, www.floridabar.org. And lastly, this is a reference. The book that I am using in my class is the Cynthia Traina-Donis Law Practice Management. We're now in the 5th edition, 2024, Cengage Learning. But I also included, there's a 2017 edition, I think it's the 2017 edition 4, which I am still referring to, still recognizing the value of that one as well. So, thank you.